Hey guys, ColdPhazon here, and welcome to part 2 of my Q&A video. At the end of the last video, I said that I had to split the video in half because it was almost going to be an hour long. It was 40 minutes, and I don't want you guys to sit through that. So here is part 2, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the questions! Our next question comes from Disco Moon, and he asks, who are or have been the biggest influences in your life, like role models, people you look up to? Also, what's your favorite food ever? Or what's the type of food you go to when you really just want to pig out? Congratulations, you really are awesome, and I just love how your personality oozes out all over your videos. Keep being great! Well, Disco Moon, thank you so much. I'm glad you really think I'm awesome, and I'm glad you like my personality. The way I talk in my videos is just the way I talk in real life, so I'm glad you and many others enjoy my personality, enjoy my videos. So, role models, or people I look up to. That's a hard one. Because honestly, I don't really have a lot of people that I look up to. I guess, being the obvious one, my parents. There's a lot of things I disagree about with my parents, but there are things that, there are beliefs and values that my parents have that I agree with and that I look up to, and I try to strive for those things as well. Like, there are things that I think about, like, that people do, like, you know, you shouldn't judge people, but it's like sometimes you do, like a stranger doing, like, an action. Like, they do something that you kind of disagree with. I don't know, I think about my parents sometimes. And I'm just like, hey, like, you know, I'm kind of like my parents in some way, because, you know, they would disagree with that too, because I disagree with it. You know, I know it's, like, I'm being confusing, but, like, yeah, there are things that my parents have that, you know, I look up to and stuff like that. And I guess, another person would probably be, you know, Nintendo CapriSun. Again, he's my favorite Let's Player, and, my YouTube channel, some of it inspired from him, because I just like his personality and the way he is. He's a very nice guy, and you know, he just wants to make videos and make people laugh and stuff like that, and, you know, I look up to that, and I try to be like that. I feel like I already am being like that, so... but yeah, those are some people that I really look up to. What's my favorite food? My favorite food ever. Or where I want to go to pig out. If I really want to pig out, my favorite food... Well, okay, my favorite food, I guess I would say, is sushi. I really, really, really love sushi. Just... I don't know, it's just so good. There's just something about it. I know there's some people that are like, oh my god, sushi's so damn gross. But I love sushi, it's amazing. I also like soup, but I'm picky with soup, but I would have to say sushi is probably my favorite food. It just tastes really delicious, so, you know, all you can eat, I can go ahead and pig out on sushi. Our next 1 million questions comes from Chargero100, or Chargero100. I forgot how I say your name, but I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. So he asks, where are you from? How many fingers am I holding up? What are your top 3 games? If you could only choose one system including PC, what would you choose? If you could choose one meal to eat each day, include snack, dessert, and drink, what would it be? Do you believe in a creator? If not, do you believe one exists? What nationality are you? Do you have a boyfriend/girlfriend? Do you like gunner games? Will you ever stream other games? Will you answer all my questions? Okay, I'm done. Congrats. Peace out. Okay, so start off with the first question. Where are you from? I am from Las Vegas, Nevada. I was born here, so I've been here all my life. How many fingers am I holding up? 1, and it's probably your middle finger. What are your top 3 games? Ugh, I can't answer this question. It's very hard for me what my top 3 games are. Obviously, Pikmin 1 and 2 are at the top spot, number 1, but I have a lot of games that I favorite. It's really hard for me, but I can throw some things out there. Like, I really love Bomberman 64, Bomberman Hero, the Animal Crossing series I really love, Yoshi's Island's a favorite. What else do I really like? I like the Kirby series. Kirby Superstar is a game up there too. I really, really enjoyed that game. I would say that's one of my favorite games of all time. But, StarCraft for the PC, because I love StarCraft. It's like my favorite, well, I don't know, because I really enjoyed Dead by Daylight. That's like my favorite game right now on PC, but I really enjoyed StarCraft. That's one of my favorite series on PC. But yeah, I can't really do a top 3 games. It's very hard for me. If you could choose only one system, including PC, what would you choose? I really like PC because I've made a lot of friends on here, and there's just a ton of games that are on PC, lots of mods, it's awesome. But I also love Nintendo consoles as well. You know, you got the 64, Super Nintendo, stuff like that. So it's really hard for me to choose. It would probably be either between some sort of Nintendo console and maybe PC. And it makes me sad. But I haven't really played on my Wii U in a long while, so I guess for now I would have to say I would just have to pick PC. So if I could choose one meal to eat, include snacks, dessert, and drink, I think for like a main meal, I could eat sushi every day. Sushi's super good. Or Chipotle. I love Chipotle. Chipotle's super good. I could eat that every day too. But if I had to choose one, it'd probably be sushi. Favorite snack? If I had to choose one snack, it'd probably be green apples with peanut butter. Delicious! A dessert? I was just thinking about this. Oh, I'd probably get frozen yogurt. Yogurtland. I think that's like really one dessert that I really eat a lot. So I would have the plain tart. If you guys go to Yogurtland, get plain tart or like get a sample of it. It's so good. I always get plain tart at Yogurtland with mochi on top. Like, that's all I get. It's so good. So that would be my dessert. And drink, I probably would just choose water, because water is essential to your body. You know, I don't need soda or any of that other shit in my body. So, yeah, water's good for you. And do you believe in a creator? If God, if not, you believe one exists. Alright, I don't want to get too much into this topic because, you know, people... This could be something, like, personal and... people could argue about, but, to make it short, I do believe in a god. If you don't, you know, that's fine. I respect that. People have their beliefs, people disagree and agree on things, you know, everybody's different, so, I try not to push my beliefs on anybody, so I believe in God. If you don't, that's fine. I respect that. What nationality are you? I am Puerto Rican. A lot of you guys don't know that. I am Latina. But, I was never taught Spanish. My parents never taught me, so boo-hoo. And then there's people that are like, you're not really Latina. I'm like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm Puerto Rican. I don't speak Spanish. Too bad. And do you have a boyfriend or girlfriend? No, I do not have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Do you like gunner games? Yeah, I like first-person shooter games. They're not my, favorite, but I play them. They're fun. I don't have anything against them. I actually play H1Z1 with a couple of my friends, so that game's actually really fun. It's just, I'm starting to get a little bit better, but I still kind of am crappy about it, but... Will you ever stream other games? Yeah, I'll stream other games. Currently, right now, I just play a lot of Dead by Daylight right now, because it's my favorite game at the moment. I know there's some people that ask me, like, to stream other games. I also, I mean, I don't only stream Dead by Daylight, I also stream Don't Starve Together with a few of my other friends, so... Dead by Daylight isn't the only thing, but, I do plan on, like, playing other games in the future, so don't worry about that. And yeah, I believe I answered all of your damn questions, except for the top 3. Well, the top 3 is just so hard. Like, it's like Animal Crossing, it's like Pikmin, Animal Crossing, probably Bomberman, around there, that area. Kirby, too. I gotta shove in Kirby somewhere. But yeah, I answered all your questions. Our next question comes from Puddin356, and he asks, if you could go into a video game and bring something back to the real world, what game would it be, and what would you bring back? Also, congrats on 1,000 subs. Thanks, Puddin. I have a couple ideas of what I would actually bring back. Obviously, if I could go into the world of Pikmin, I would bring Pikmin back because they're adorable. But there are some other things I would like to bring back, such as Dead Space. I would like to bring back the Necromorphs because I'm a bitch. Bring it to this world and, like, screw everybody up. I also think about, like, bringing zombies to the real world, like something from Left 4 Dead. But let's be realistic, zombies in real life would probably be a horrible thing, but it's just something I would think about. Another thing I thought about, this is just like something completely random, is spoilers for those of you who have never played The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. For those of you who remember, there's that seed that I think you get from the video game. It's been a long while since I played this game, so sorry if I, like, messed this up. So, there's, like, the seed, and you gotta plant it because that one, the Thunder Dragon or whatever, is dead. So, oh no, he's sick. He's sick. Okay, so yeah, you get the seed, you go back in time, you plant it at the temple or whatever, and then you go forward in time. And then the seed has sprouted into, like, I think it takes, like, 1,000 years or a millennia. I forgot what the hell it was. Anyways. So, when you go forward in time, the tree is there, and the fruit of life is there. And you take the fruit of life to, like, the Thunder Dragon, and he's cured or whatever. But it's stupid, because, like, even when you go forward in time or whatever, like, he's like, still dead or something. No, you, like, use, like, that ancient artifact thing, and he's, like, alive, and he's, like, nah, it's kind of weird. But I think that'd be something cool to bring back, would be, like, that fruit of life. To maybe, like, cure somebody of, like, a terminal disease or something like that. Like, it was just a wild idea I thought of, but, Also, I could probably go into the world of Animal Crossing, or just in any game, really, and bring back an artifact that's worth millions of dollars and just sell it in real life. Go back to my world and just sell it and be like a billionaire or something off of that artifact. That'd be kind of cool. Our next question comes from DHH, and he asks, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Seriously though, congrats yet again. I guess I'd ask, what future content plans do you have for your channel? Are you gonna stick to Let's Plays and streams, or shake things up a little as time goes on? So, I don't know, I'm kind of stubborn when it comes to my channel. I kind of like the way things are. Like, I like doing Let's Plays, I have fun with them, and I feel like no need to change it. However, there are things that I've thought of that I would maybe like to implement on my channel someday. That, one that I've mentioned to TC Bluefire earlier is possibly doing one-offs. The thing about it is, like, I'm so picky with the game that I want to do a one-off with, so, one-offs are something that I have an idea for to maybe, put on my channel someday. And something else I would like to do is Versus. I think Versus is something really fun. Obviously, I get the inspiration from the Versus channel with Attacking Toucans. Oh, wait. Tyler Thierwall and Josh Jepson, you know, the whole Versus channel that they got going on. I think that's really fun to just, play a game and verse with your friend. I think that's something fun, and I would like to do a lot of those in the future. I think Versus stuff would be super fun, and I would enjoy it. So those are some plans that I have in the future, and, yeah. Streams, I still want to stream, but, Let's Plays or something are a priority. My channel comes first, I feel like it's a priority, and then streams, streams are just something I do for fun, but, I do want to take streams a little bit more seriously, so that's why I've been doing them more often. Our next question comes from Blue Knight 85, and he asks, how did you come up with your username? Alright, so this is when Metroid Prime 3 Corruption came out. Metroid Prime 3 Corruption was like the second Metroid game I've ever played, but I fell in love with it. It was so fun to play. I was just like, I was so into the story, the gameplay. It was so fun for me. And that's when I first knew about Phazon, which was the mutagen. It was like a radioactive, like poisonous substance. It was a mutagen, which, you know, altered your DNA and all that other stuff. It was crazy. And when Samus had it inside of her, she was like, she had like this Phazon blast gun and shit, and she was all blue, but it also like corrupted her and stuff. Because, you know, hence Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. So anyways, a year later, Super Smash Bros. Brawl came out. And I wanted to come up with a brand new username. And for the on game FAQs, because back in the day, game FAQs was like the thing where you challenged other people, be at like the top spot for your character and stuff like that. And we had like our own little community. It was kind of funny. But I wanted to come up with a brand new username, and I wanted to be like super unique and different. I was like, okay, what is something that I could come up with that's just different? That would be my own username. And I thought about this for a while. It took me a long while to think of this. And I thought, and I was like, well, Metroid. Like, I really like Phazon. I love the Substance Phazon and Metroid. I really do like the Metroid series overall, but there's something about Phazon that I just really liked. How it was just poisonous and dangerous, and it was blue, and it was just weird looking, stuff like that. And I used Phazon. And I was like, okay, like, what's something I could also use for Phazon? I was thinking, like, at first I was thinking, like blue Phazon, because it was blue, because Phazon's blue. And so, since it was blue, I kind of associate blue with cold. So I was like, blue Phazon, and I was like, icy Phazon, and I was like, wait, like, how about cold Phazon? And I was like, I was thinking about it, and I was like, yeah, I really like the username, like the name Cold Phazon. And so that's actually how I came up with my name, ColdPhazon, and the rest is history! Our next question comes from A-Train Game, and he asks, once again, congrats on 1,000 subs, Phazon, you definitely deserve it. Real quick question that I've always been curious about. If you were to look out your window, look up, look left, and do a 180-degree turn, what would you see? What the hell, Alec? What kind of question is this? Before answering this question, I did do this like a few seconds ago. But thank you, Alec. Thank you for the congrats. And I actually did do this. And when I did this, I actually saw my little cube alpaca that's hanging below my fan, which I'll post a screen of it. It's super cute. I got it like at this Japanese store. It was called Tokyo Discount. But yeah, it's kind of cute. It's kind of weird. It's just for some odd reason I just bought it, and I was like, hey, why not? And it was just super cute. So our next question comes from Mini Benji, and he asks, what's your full-time job outside of YouTube? If YouTube is your full-time job, what would be your dream job if YouTube didn't exist? Congrats on 1,000 subs. Thank you, Benji. YouTube isn't... I don't have a job right now or anything like that. I am going to school, but I'm running into conflicts with that right now. But I don't have a job right now. I don't consider YouTube a job. I consider it a hobby at the moment. I mean, if YouTube became a full-time job, that'd be amazing. Like, I would love to do YouTube full-time. Maybe someday. But I don't treat it as a job. I treat it more like a hobby and stuff at the moment. But if YouTube didn't exist, I would probably like to do something sort of video game related. Being in the video game industry, working on something video game related, I would love to do that. Our next question comes from Penta Hybrid, and he says, hashtag AskPhazon, hashtag pointless hashtag, hashtag rip hashtag, leave my hashtag alone! Leave it alone! And he asks, why did the chicken cross the road? The chicken crossed the road so he can go to the store to buy a Santa hat and some antler thingies, because the chickens in CSGO have Santa hats and antler thingies during Christmas time? I don't know. Our next question comes from Alan Martinez, and he asks, hey Cold. I'm just kidding, I know you meant to say hey Cold. Hey Cold, I have a question. When are you going to live stream another game? Okay, so I get this question every now and then, and the answer is yes. I'll stream other games in the future. However, I really like Dead by Daylight right now. It's currently my favorite game, and I have a lot of fun streaming it. I love playing it with my friends, and we have a fun time, so that's why I stream it a lot. But Dead by Daylight isn't the only thing I stream. I also stream Don't Starve Together, so I don't know if you've seen that, but I do stream that. But in the future, I will stream other games, but just currently, I really enjoy Dead by Daylight and Don't Starve Together right now, and I mean, you can't force the streamer to play other games because, you know, I don't want to play something that I'm not enjoying, because if I'm not enjoying playing it, then you guys aren't going to enjoy watching it. Our next question comes from Joshua Levy Renard. I hope I'm saying your name right. He asks, congratulations for the 1K subs. The question I have is, what is your favorite video game of all time? Okay, this is between Pikmin 1 and 2. This is like all time. And they're kind of like two different games. The first one is the puzzles are slightly different because you didn't have the other Pikmin. And you were kind of more on a time. Like, it was like a ticking time because you had to get all the ship parts and stuff like that. And it was kind of tough. Pikmin 2, on the other hand, is there was like no time. You take your time, go into the caves, kill everything, take on those big-ass bosses, and produce like... Well, I mean, like, you don't produce a lot of Pikmin in Pikmin 2. It's kind of like... I don't know. But then you have, like, purple Pikmin and white Pikmin, and then, like, the purple Pikmin were, like, OP, but it was still fun. I feel like there was a lot more to do in that game, and also there was, like, better controls, and the AI was a little bit better, but... I guess if I had to pick between those two, I think I would say Pikmin 2 is my all-time favorite game. I think it's just... I feel like it has more in it. I feel like there's a lot to do in that game. It's like Pikmin 1, but it was an upgrade. So I think I'd have to choose Pikmin 2 as my all-time favorite. But when it comes to story mode, Pikmin 1, like, wins, I feel like. It's just, I can't let them go. Like, I hate picking one or the other, because Pikmin 1 is the first one. It's the classic one. I mean, Pikmin 2 is a classic too, but Pikmin 1 was the original, you know, it was the first one. So it's hard, but I think Pikmin 2 wins. Our last question comes from Super Freak on Twitter. He asks, how tall are you? Please answer in units of inches, centimeters, and Pikmin. So according to some calculations I made, in inches, I am 62 inches tall. In centimeters, I am 157.8 centimeters. And in Pikmin, well, this is a little confusing because I did some research. I looked up, you know, how tall are Pikmin, and these websites gave me different things. They're saying, like, Pikmin are 1 centimeter tall, Pikmin are 1 inch tall, Pikmin are like 1.14 inches tall. So I'm like, okay, I don't know. So I'm actually just gonna use the 1 centimeter, 1 inch thing because I really don't know exactly how tall Pikmin are. I thought there was like a website that actually said, like, I thought there was an actual website that specifically said from, like, the creators, like, how tall they are. But whatever. Anyway, so, I guess in inches, that would be 62 Pikmin stacked up. But I feel like inches is, like, too tall. It's too big for Pikmin, I feel. I feel like Pikmin are tinier. They're so cute and little. Yeah, I feel like 1 centimeter would be more realistic, but I feel like that's tiny, too. So, if Pikmin were 1 centimeter tall, then there'd be like 157 and a half Pikmin stacked up together. See, now I'm just thinking like, there's like 157 Pikmin, but then like one of them is cut in half. I'm like, oh no, because it's like it's almost like 157.5 centimeters, but I'm just thinking like a Pikmin being, like the one Pikmin is cut in half, but yeah, I guess that's how tall, that's how many Pikmin would be stacked up to show how tall I am. But, I'm saying Pikmin are short. I'm saying like, well, inches is too tall. So I'm like admitting to myself that I'm short. I don't know. But that is it, guys, for these questions. Thank you so much for submitting your questions. I enjoyed answering them and reading them. They were funny. And yeah, I just want to thank you guys so much again for the 1,000 subscribers. It's really awesome. And I hope to make more content for you guys, more funny, entertaining content. And I hope you guys enjoy it. So thank you all for watching, and see you guys later!